drop me a message in the chat or some other way to say hello. This is all coming through Restream. I'm going to share out the link to places. Sending advertisements. Thank you, Restream. Twitch and YouTube. Twitter. How do I get the link? Is it working? It would appear to be. How live is live? Can I get an echo out of YouTube? Can I get an echo out of YouTube? Anyway, enough of that. That's working. Let's go post it somewhere. Slack. Maker. anyone's watching, let me know you're here somehow, because I'm assuming no one's looking. Restream says, 0 viewers. I wonder if that changes if I play. No. Maybe it doesn't know. Right. Need to make some notes on what we're going to talk about in the podcast. Look at me wasting internet bits just for fun. All these free services that are just ridiculously capable. It's crazy how much is like available for free. I'm running a complete operating system built by mostly volunteers called Linux, running Open Broadcast Studio that's all free, that's then streaming to Restream.io, that is an amazing service pumping lots of data around with a nice UI that's also free, and then that's streaming out to Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. It's sending data to LinkedIn, but I don't think that's doing anything. I turned off the Facebook one because screw Facebook. Amazing. And then on the other side, all the infrastructure to get it to anyone who happens to watch. This is all just practice at the moment. Do say hello in the comments, chat, whatever. I would like to know if anyone is looking. Right, I'm going to make some notes on what to do for the actual podcast update. Something about coach. There's a lot came out of that. Maybe I'll just read my notes from the actual session. I think that's going to be fine. Right. What's new on the Mega Makers? Bro. Hello, Dinesh. How did you even find this? Is this the least exciting gaming video you've ever found? I only stream to Twitch because I can. Hello Dinesh, nice to see you. Tell me something about you. Who are you? How did you come across this? Hello. The internet is watching. Twitch. As if I can sign into Twitch to see this properly. Oh, just run. What were you? So I'm a programmer and possibly trying to be a business person. And I'm just practicing this stuff really. So it turns out there's a thing called restream.io where you can stream from your computer and stream out to Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and it's pretty cool. A student, excellent. A student of what? This is a funny way of communicating. Full HD for you and text message for me. Commerce. Oh, nice. Excellent. I'd like to know more. I'm also a student of commerce in my own way. Right, well, I'm going to kick off my podcast recording before I run out of time. So I've been publishing a little podcast called Software Should Be Free. Just for practice, really, also. But I like doing little daily updates and what have you. Windows? No. Linux. Linux, Open Broadcast Studio, streaming up to restream.io, and then streaming out to these sites. Yeah, no, I went off Windows a long time ago. How to install Linux? That's a long question. I tell you what, I'll give you a quick tip. Go to maybe the Ubuntu website or the Linux Mint website. You can download what's called a live USB stick. So you download an image, which is a big file, and then you put that on a USB stick, and you have to follow the instructions for that. And then what's really cool is you put the USB stick in your computer, you reboot the computer, and as long as you've got your boot options set up, you can boot from the USB stick and you can try it out without touching your Windows install. It's very cool. That's how I started. And then after a while, once I started to like Linux, this is a long time ago, then I'd dual boot the machine, so I'd have both Windows and Linux installed side by side, and when I turned it on, it would ask me which one. Yeah, maybe. If you've got a computer you don't care about, then you could just install it. That's not too bad. There's probably like online places to try it out, I reckon. There's also Windows subsystem for Linux. So you can kind of run Linux in Windows these days, which is kind of bonkers. What? I'm going to Google, try Linux online. I bet there's a thing. First online operating system, distrotest.net. Is this thing real? I'll send a link. Laptop getting too hot. Number one, make sure the fans are clear. Don't sit it on your lap if its fans are underneath. Unfortunately, number two is like buy a faster machine, like a more powerful machine, because they get hot when they're only just coping. Does this thing work? Ubuntu. That's a picture. Start. Wow, this appears to be like a real... Yeah, this appears to be a real thing for trying it out. No way. Oh yeah, there are lots of operating systems. Mostly they're distributions of Linux, although there's also BSD and a whole load of other things. Yeah, really. I I used Ubuntu for a long time. That's like if you're not a real Linux nerd, Ubuntu is a fairly safe option. I like Linux Mint. It's relatively safe. I like their Cinnamon desktop. The trouble with Linux is there's choice. Like if you have Windows or you have Apple, you get what they give you, and that's that, which is fine if that's all you want. But when you get into the land of free software, anytime someone doesn't like something, they write a new one. So there's kind of infinite choice. I'm just going to go and turn my lights on. I've just realised I haven't got them on. There you are. That's prettier. Yeah, your best bet is to try and find someone who, you can talk to, in person, who's a Linuxy person. There's a bit of a delay going on there. Right, podcast time. This is going to be a one-hit recording, so I'm not going to stop once I start. Just make sure I've got everything I want to cover. I think it's going to just be the story of the last couple of weeks. Where's my notes from last time? I'll open this in a new window. Duplicate tab, handy. Inbox sent. Oh no, it was in there, wasn't it? Right, here we go. Prep. Right, I think I've got what I need ready. I like being called bro. That's really cool. Right. Cheers for the chat, Dinesh. Good to speak to you. And if you don't stick around, have a good day. Right then. Recording, streaming. Go. I'll do some claps because that allows me to find it in the edit. Hello and welcome to another episode of Software Should Be Free with myself, Tim Abell. It's been an interesting couple of weeks and I've just drawn a line under it with a coaching session, a business coaching session. So there's a few things going to change in my direction now. The last couple of weeks have really been an exploration of where I could possibly go from here. And combined with some mind work. So one of the things that was really obvious in my session a couple of weeks ago was just the sheer stress level, the pressure of needing to keep up family life, keep the finances running, make a jump to some other business, and just pressure. So one of the things that came out of that was to keep a stress log. That has been actually already super useful, and it's been useful because I've been able to see what thoughts or what events have been triggers for becoming physiologically stressed. And I have to say, I talked to the coach, I talked to him on behalf, and they're both saying that the outward stress, which was really what was a big problem, has reduced loads, so that's fantastic. But something to continue, because in the live in the moment kind of thing, you can have your goals, but if you're stressed now, then unless you like tackle that and fix that, then you're just going to live the whole journey stressed. Even if you make your goals, you'll probably still be stressed. In conjunction with that, I've been continuing to work on the ACT book, the Liberated Mind book, and that's also been helpful in relation to the stress. So this has got lots of exercise in it, like when you get a feeling, instead of just getting taken away with this feeling and having it take over your mind, particularly with stress, which really shuts down your view of the world, makes it very narrow. Instead of fighting it or going with it, just noticing it, accepting it for what it is, and just taking a step back mentally and considering, like, oh, okay, that's interesting, I'm feeling stressed. What was I doing that triggered that? Why does that make me feel stressed? And that's really powerful. Another big thing that came out of the work from the ACT book was an exercise on storytelling. So rewriting your story. So I as instructed in the book, I sat down and I wrote a few hundred words of a story of my life. Like, oh well, I did, this job, and then I went contracting because of this, that and the other. And then the objective is, after that, is you highlight all the things that are kind of immovable facts, like, oh, on this date I did this, and on that date I did that, or this person showed up in my life. But you change all the words in between to make a different story. It doesn't necessarily have to be better or worse. It's not necessarily a question of accuracy or improvement. So, for example, I went contracting. My first write of the story was I went contracting because I couldn't really commit to any of the companies out there. So I just, contracting seemed like a good fit, and also I wanted to prove that I was earning my money, as it were. And in contracting, there's a lot less between you and the paycheck. It's very easy for people to say, no, we're not getting value out of this. And that has been my story, for real. So then being faced with this exercise where you then have to rewrite it, I was like, okay, well, how could I write that to be a different story? So I wrote it to be more, I went contracting because there's more money in it, and I didn't really care what anyone else thought, so I just went and did it. And it really opened my eyes to how you can have these stories that you think are real, like they're really like part of the fabric of your life. But to an extent, they are just the stories that we've fabricated. Like, there's a bit of our mind that's like the storyteller. And whatever happens, we're always looking for that story to explain it or justify it. And just to realise that you could choose a different story, and that might change the way you think about it, or why you do what you do or don't do what you don't do. That's been kind of powerful. It's quite moving, really. So that was really good over the last couple of weeks. I won't go into the causes of stress. Some of that's a bit more on the personal side. But I'll tell you what does help with the stress. It's being more circumspect about everything. Going out for a bike ride is amazing. Doing things for others with a good spirit, like doing it because you want to do it for someone rather than because you feel you should or you feel guilty. Making the work time effective. The coaching's been really helpful for that, in that I've got another pair of eyes to tell me whether I've just like drifted off task. So that when work time is done and it's time for socialising or family, you're not stuck in that, oh, I didn't get enough done guilt trap. You can wholeheartedly throw yourself into the moment of not working, of whatever that means for you. I've also been working on the defence of time for working, although this morning was a slow start. And that's a challenge with the whole family. And it was a challenge I had during uni with like the never-ending social life, I would much rather go to the pub with my friends than study, and was reflected in my grades by the end of it. And hey, I'm still doing all right, so I don't have too many regrets. But just being able to do that when it's important, and I need to do that now if I'm going to achieve my current goals of, as well as the contracting, having some kind of business thing going on. I continue to use Sansama, the app, to help me make sure that I'm making good use of the day when I do face the day, although I haven't actually done my Sansama planning today, which is a bit remiss. Just got straight into this. And definitely recommend that as a daily thing. It does have a cost, but being able to sit down every day and go, okay, these are my top priorities, I'm going to make sure those get done, and also seeing when you've got too much on your plate is useful. So then into the actual coaching, my main question really was what the hell to do now. So I have spent 2 months since my last contract, focusing pretty much on the business thing, and the way I've made sure that I don't just drift endlessly is at the first month, when I set off, I said, okay, I'm going to give myself a month, and my default is to stop working on that business. So I'll have to justify why I should keep going. So I had this idea of this e-commerce integration business, got some signs of life in that, some interest, some good conversations. So, okay, that's enough for me to keep going. And then the second month, I got about halfway through that, got a bit stuck, and that's why I hired a coach, which has been super useful. Having talked to the coach, it's clear I'd sort of jumped into that a bit too hastily, perhaps, and hadn't kind of taken the more foundational steps. So then just sort of stepped back a bit into a bit more of a discovery phase, looking at possible options, just being a bit more exploratory. So I've looked fairly deeply into pre-sales and sales engineer roles, which has been really interesting. I've done a bit of assessment of the contracting market on the main .NET side, and also I had a quick look at the Golang things and talked to one of the recruiters about that. And giving a bit of thought to the other business ideas, I did a little bit of looking into maybe podcasters as a market that I could perhaps serve with some other business. So got to talk this over with the coach, and in typical coach style, they don't sort of tell you the answer. It almost seems like they just sit there and listen while you tell yourself what the answer is. It's kind of bizarre, but the support is very useful. They ask just the right questions. So one of the things was to take it back to like life design, which I hadn't really thought of doing. So, what would your life look like if you achieved all your goals? So, well, for me, that might be something like being like Rob Walling, who has bootstrapped his way out of day jobs, built a SaaS business that was successful, exited, and then had a bit of a break, and then has moved into investing and helping other bootstrap people. Like that's a journey I like. I'm sure that wouldn't be the exact journey for me, but like that kind of path appeals. And then also designing the life in the short term as well, because if you don't enjoy the journey, then kind of what was the point? And that was quite thought provoking to me, and that really helped me make some decisions. So in terms of the pre-sales kind of roles, I had been thinking, well, maybe this helps me get to my business goals because I could go and learn sales. But when I actually sort of take a step back, having learnt a bit more about it, I don't really think I'm going to enjoy that particular style of life, given that I have other options, particularly in contracting. And although it might help me towards my goals, I don't think it's a sufficiently clear path to make that particular sacrifice. So in short, the sales engineer job idea is out. I'm not going to be pursuing that one. Interesting as it has been, and it's always great to have the opportunity to talk to people, and people I wouldn't have otherwise talked to. That's you always get something out of these things and these ideas. Funny enough, we didn't even really talk about the integration business idea, but I think it's clear that I'm not really ready to jump to that kind of thing, and yeah, I don't know. I think in terms of the life that I want to design, maybe it's just not really what I want. Maybe I'd actually be happier building more of a product business on the side and having that grow and buy my time back. And that's more likely to give me the flexibility that I'm looking for in the long term, and still has good potential upside. So the decision is to focus back on .NET contracting during the day, and I think I will try and turn that into a more serious business as well, and not just be so reliant on recruiters. I might be a bit more active. I might even improve the brand. I've made a start on branding of it as a company, but I might try and improve that. I might try and pull in work for people more than just me. We'll see how that goes. But also bounding the time on that and making sure that there is some regular time cut out for pursuing the other side of things. And what the other side of things will be, so from my learnings, I think the first thing I need to do is choose a market to understand and go deep and not rush it. First couple of markets that kind of ping to mind as possible avenues for me. One is developers and development teams and leaders, which I quite like. Being a developer, I know it quite well. The other one that I like is podcasters, because I like this technology. I've been a listener of podcasts for a very long time. I listened to the original Daily Source Code episodes from 100 or 200 episodes in from Adam Curry many, many years ago, and I really enjoyed that. I just love the simplicity of the technology, MP3 files and an RSS feed to an open source app. Spotify's fine, and it annoys me a bit that they're diluting their music experience for the sake of podcasting, but hey, they see a big market. Apple has been a big player in podcast space without really doing much work in that space for a long time. They've got the iTunes store where everybody reviews podcasts, and there's a big index for them all. That's where most of the apps pull their podcast listings from. But it's still an open standard in many ways, and long may that continue. And I like the form. As you can see or hear, I'm enjoying practicing it, and even though I have a minimal audience, 17 estimated listeners, I think, at last count, 2 of which are probably me, and the other 5 are people that I've bullied into, and the other 10 probably aren't looking at their feed that's being auto-updated, who knows. Such is the way with stats. But that's fine, because I haven't picked a market to serve with this. This is I understand, a somewhat egocentric exercise, and I hope I sprinkle a bit of value in this for other people. But at the moment I am doing this because, typical engineer, I enjoy the doing. But nonetheless, I've been around it for a while, and I think I'm going to focus on podcasters as a first area to just get to know better from a how could I serve this market kind of point of view. Maybe becoming a bit more part of the community. So watch this space. I'll definitely need some more support from my coach around this, because I think previously I've been a bit inclined to just have an idea, jump in with some tactic, and then when that doesn't work, either get bored or depressed or whatever. I think I need to be a bit more doing the right things in the right order. So yeah, I'll be poking around the Mega Maker podcast channel to see what's going on there, and chatting to people and seeing if I can find a thing which is a good fit for what I can generate. I also want to get a bit more professional about this stuff. I've sort of wanted to see what I could do myself. So when I wrote Schema Explorer, I did all the design myself, which is, I'm pleased with the progress I've made on that. But at the end of the day, I'm not a designer. So I think anything I want to create, I'm going to be hiring people with my contracting money to make more professional experiences, and just contributing where my expertise lies. So, yeah, that's quite a big change, really. I kind of feel a bit bad saying, well, after all of this, I'm going to go contracting again. But this is kind of the journey. It does, without all the baggage, it does seem like the best path at the moment. Like, make use of my skills. If I focus on it properly, I'll be better at it. And then making sure that I make progress on this other goal. Given the constraints on my life and my not wanting to spend 80 hours a week on work at the expense of everything else, this seems like a good path. Like, I don't want to spend 80 plus hours a week on a business and end up in the position where I now have a multi-million-pound business and no family left because I ignored them for 5 years. I don't consider that a win. So even if I take longer to get where I want to get to, and maybe don't have every success that I could possibly have, if I have a more rounded life because of it, then I will take that as a trade-off. As long as we can pay the bills, it's all good. It's a first world country. So yeah, that's about the size of it. I don't know if there was anything that I've helped anyone else learn out of the back of this. I'd love to hear it. Do send me a message. Maybe like my podcast on, maybe give me 5 stars on the iTunes store like everyone else asks for. That would be really cool. Let me know if you've done it, because I don't ever look there. And I will say that is it for today, because there's always another day, there's always another show. So thanks for listening. Do subscribe, do give us a rating, and do send us a message at timwise.co.uk/message. Let me just check that actually works. /message. Yes, start a voice message. Brilliant. Cool. Go there. timwise.co.uk/message. Go send me a voice message, and maybe I'll include it in the next show, and that would be cool. So that is the end of another episode of Software Should Be Free with myself, Tim Abell. Till next time. Bye-bye. If anyone's watching on the stream, that's the end of the podcast recording. Drop me a message, otherwise I'm going to hoof off and go and do what I'm supposed to be doing, because I'm not sure how much I can justify this as an investment in my business, much as I enjoy it. Has anybody said anything where I've put... I got some thumbs ups, which is cool. I guess they're not watching. Nothing on the Twitters. Nothing on the messages. Thanks, Dinesh, for joining. Best of luck with college. And maybe you'll be a Linux convert one day. Cool. Right. Another 2 weeks. Another coaching session. What to do with the rest of the day? I haven't actually got very long left today. So I need to actually do my summer planning and make the most of it. That's very cool that distro test is a thing. And you can go and fire up VMs and just try them. Very cool indeed. What's going on Twitch? Achievement completed. What is thy bidding? 22 minutes ago, creator. What does that mean? This is Twitch. signed into Twitch to see what's going on there while I'm live streaming. Reach 10 followers? 10 followers? How is that possible? That's cool. Wonder if anyone else is streaming tech and business stuff on Twitch. People know me. 50 viewers at the same time. 2 out of 50. Get 25 people chatting at the same time. Lot VIP badges. 1 out of 25. Gamification of streaming. Who knew? Wow. There's a bit of me that hates this, because it's like manipulation for their gains, but it's also cool. And like, who doesn't like a little badge saying, yay, I achieved 10 of this? I love my Stack Overflow badges. And it's good reputation. It's like social proof, isn't it? Analytics. Stream summary. What a lot of buttons to push. Average viewers 0.2. Oh, we got up to 1. 1 whole viewer. I wonder how you get an average of 0.4 of a viewer. I guess they just didn't watch the whole thing. You're live. Manage stream. Post your stream schedule. I have no schedule. When I have time, motivation, energy, and something vaguely worth saying, that's my schedule. When I've worked out an actual funnel and what have you for a real business, then maybe I can justify a daily video or whatever on a particular subject where I can teach or share or interview or something. That would be cool. Yeah, you can see the chat. Frequently used. All sorts of surprise. Huh? I don't understand. Clip that, edit stream. Raid channel, what does that do? I'm not going to push it in case it explodes. Elkeed followed me. Ah, hello Elkeed. I know you. I know your real name. Shame you're not watching. I'm sure you've got actual work to do. 1 viewer, 11 views, 3 followers, bitrate. Oh. I clicked the views and they went away. How strange. Live. Excellent. No recommended changes. Broadcasting to the airwaves of the internet. Just because. Radio. Oh, well, I better not sing an actual song, because that would be a breach of copyright and I'll get my stream taken down. I haven't got the license for it. That's such a shame. But I respect copyright because I expect people to respect my copyright. So why would I infringe anyone else's? Right. Now what? Kind of waiting for something to happen, really. I guess I better go and do the editing. I'll have to stop my recording, but I could live stream the edit potentially. That could be kind of fun, couldn't it? If I can make that work. Right, so that needs to get out of the way. I think I will attempt this. Could be a fun exercise. Close down all the things I don't need. Right, I can move out of the way. So, how do I stream this nicely? Move all my windows out of the way. Right, don't need Twitch open, don't need Twitter open, don't need YouTube open, don't need the sound app. Leave that there. Telegram can go away. Right. So, somewhere, I don't really want to stream my... What is that? Oh, that's probably the camera editor thing. 28th of October, that is today. Right, sources plus screen capture window capture what does make source visible do? Oh, I see. Oh, nice. So I can just hide my video. Screen. Ah, I see. Capture cursor. That is literally a screen capture. Okay, let's give this a go. I'm going to move this window out of the way. This is my capture window. And what if you could add a mask? scene. Let's see. Group. Ask the internet. Firefox. OBS. Mask. Video. How to use an image mask. Add 2 video sources. Select plus under effects and filters. Scenes, transitions, where is effects and filters? Ah, you right click on the video source. Filters. Aha, there we go. Under effect filters. Image mask blend. Name. Default. Type. Alpha. Configure. Browse for the image. Oh, someone's made one already, that's handy. Where should I put that? Pictures. Round image mask. Thank you, internet. Path, browse, pictures. Round image mask. Oh. Oh. Oh, oh, oh. Exciting Monday. Yeah. Hey. Now you can see. Here we have me. That's cool. That is cool indeed. Resize and move. You can make yourself slightly opaque as well. Transparent. Set colour. All sorts of different things you can do. Cool, that works. Oh, I've left it transparent. Filters. I might make it just slightly transparent because I think that's kind of cool. That's probably a bit too much. Let's go like 95. There we go. I like that, that's cool. Live playing. Why does my camera not say it's on? No way. Ha! Proof that those blue LED lights don't mean jack. That is recording video. And the blue lights that are supposed to tell you it's recording are not switched on. Logitech. Hardware shutters is what we need. Not impressed with that. Not impressed with that at all. The lights aren't on, but somebody is home. Right. No, I want to make this, I want to move this and make it smaller. Can I have two of these? And like, can I duplicate them? Copy. Paste. Playing with dirt. Yes, removes that. Right, so that's back to that one. So if I add, where is it? Mask, 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 round image mask. Yeah, it's not actually a new one. That's annoying not being able to turn the mask on and off and adjust it. I've got one that's turned upside down, so the transform is just for one of these cameras. Can you name it? No. What about if I move it? Oh, look, there's two of me now. Ha. Ooh. OBS is quite cool. I've never played with any of this stuff before. I don't know if I'm talking to myself. Give me a comment on Twitch or YouTube or something if you're watching. Or send me a telegram. That's annoying that you can't have the filter on one of them. Filters. I don't know. Audio filters. Yeah, no, the filter is just across both. I'd just like to be able to turn this effect on and off. Scenes. Ooh, maybe I'll do it with scenes. Plus. Scene 2. Aha! Right. Haha! Cool. Right, here we go. So we use scenes. How do I rename a scene? Oh, you can do an image mask on the whole scene. What does that do? Let's try it out and see what happens. I really need to get on with my other things. Time is ticking on. Yeah, it's a round on a round on a round. That's rather fun. So, right, I need to sort. Oh, what a mess! Right, I've made a right mess of this. Right, delete that one. Minus. Right, let's reset this to how it was. Transform. Reset. Filters. Let's get rid of all this and get back to. Oh, it didn't go away. Get rid of scene 2. Scene 1. Filters. I've still got the filter on the scene. That needs to go away. Right. So I still want this to be zoomed. So let's make this nice and big. Just watching it back on the stream, make sure that does what I want. Pop, 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 pop. Delays. Oh, I've been doing this for an hour. Yep, that's cool. 1, 2. Right, the scene set up. Like it. Right, now I add another scene. So I'll just call that scene screen share. And we go to that one. Add in the screen capture, wherever that went. Screen capture. And that is showing the wrong screen. On that screen. Yeah, you can see me looking up the I need to scale this down so that it fits. Check your frame rates. It's complaining. And then we'll add the video input. New. Oh. Huh. Maybe I need to not try and create a new one. Remove. Add. Oh, I could put this up here and you can see what I'm doing. Yay, look, here we go, here's OBS. Plus. Hang on, is the 2 video V4L. Let's re-add the existing one. Oh, there we go. Haha. Move me out of the way. So right click. Let's move this up. Right click. Filters. Add. Oh, we're not going to do this with the screenshot on because you'll see all my files. Turn screen capture off. Image mask. File. Yeah, definitely not broadcasting that. Nothing to hide. Round image mask. Bump. And just down to 95% transparency. Not that I'm copying you, Justin, or anything, but that's cool. That's really cool. Yay! So that screen capture, can I get that to be like a quarter of a screen? So if I make that a bit bigger, and then this is going to match my quarter screen windows. Just about. Yeah, that's cool. Yay! Check it out. Love it. Might record this. And here I am with a little round window, just like Justin's, and here's an infinite recursion of can I turn the preview off? Enable preview. There we go. Now you can see it without the crazy effect. So I've got two scenes. I've got me just being me. Ah no, it's put the filter on the... Oh, it didn't work. It's put the round filter on the video source, so it's showing up in both scenes. Oh well. That's going to make it hard to do a live transition, isn't it? Is that juddering a bit? I think that filter's killing it. It's fine for the little one. Where should I put my picture? But what about the big one? I need it to not do that. How do I get it to only be in one scene? What's a VLC video source? No, that's actually video. No. Ah, so close. Maybe I'll just not make it round. Edit, transform, crop. I wonder if I can do it with the crop. That would do. I'd take that. So if we just get rid of that filter, filters, remove the mask, yes, and then go back to screen share. Right, okay, so we've got a little square image. That's not as tidy as Justin's, that's for sure. But it works. So that's under transform for the actual image. Let's put it back on screen. So that's right click, transform, edit. Smaller. 280. So yeah, I can crop this down loads. And have it still be nice little whoop, off the edge. So I stream that. Cool. That'll do. Right, so now I can be, yeah, so this works. I can just be me, and then I can flip to the screen share at the touch of a sources button, which if I just show you, it'll disappear. But this one down here, scene, so this one, click for scene. If I rename, solo, screen share. Yeah, so you can't see the other one because it's not screen sharing. Right, I really need to stop doing this. This is cool. This is cool. So I could, if I do that, if I add the filter to that now, what do I get? Image. It's loads of clicks to get this filter on. It's no good for streaming when people are paying attention. Where's R? Yeah. So you clip the corner of it off, it doesn't make it into a little circle. Yeah. Yeah, no. Right, I'll go back to my screen share then. OBS. Mask. Video capture. Single scene. Lots of places. A 4-minute loom. Put your video sources into a group. Apply the mask filter to the group, not the source directly. Aha! let's try that then. There's the group thing. Plus group rounded. Wait. Right. Remove. Yes. Add. Where's it gone? Video for Linux. What? No, that's upside down. I don't know what I'm doing. No properties. I don't understand this interface. Add existing. Filters. Add. Mask. Browse. Right, so I've got a filter on my video. Oh, it worked. I managed to drag it in. Hey! Make it little. Boom. Now my rounded. So let's rename that. Can I rename that? Rounded headshot. So can I move this within the... Oh, it's fine actually, isn't it? Solo, rounded headshot. Boom. Boom, boom. I'm coming after you, Justin. Jackson, that is. I see you. Let's rename that again. Let's rename one. Rename. Oh, I don't need to do that with a... What are these? Where does my head need to be? Right, that's going to go on Twitter in response to Justin Jackson's thing. Right. So this is Justin asking about the videos. Which way am I need to point? That way. Justin asking about the videos. What did Justin say?
A lot of people ask me, how do I get that little circular right here?
Tell me the answer.
I'll often use this to record locally instead of streaming. So
What software is he using? Because that is not OBS, is it?
record locally and just record it in streaming. So display PCAM Live is live streaming software, but it has pretty good, as you can see, overlay with this little image video display part right here. And I'll often use this to record locally instead of streaming. So you choose your destination, and I'll just choose record locally.
Right, I might have to record a how do you do this in OBS then, mightn't I? I don't get it. There we go. That's enough twittering. Right, why was I doing this? I remember, I was going to edit my podcast while streaming, because that's cool. And for that we need the file. Home directory gone. So that has OBS, when I hit record, has dropped it into this folder. Huge thing. So that's my audio. And now I need some audacity. Love the middle click to center back in Linux. So cool. Dunk. Import. That might take a while because it's quite big. Oh, boom, look at that. See the clap? Spike, spike. Magic. So I can just get rid of everything before that, and everything after that. And then I've got somewhere in here. have, so let's have a new folder, because this is going to be episode 18. I've got my pre and post roll, intro, outro. Can I just drop them both on? Yeah, I can. So, move, outro to the end somewhere. Move that over a bit. And then get listening. If you can hear this, it's because I've got my speakers pointing at my microphone, which is very poor form. Because that allows me to find it in the edit. And it certainly does. Hello and welcome to another episode of Software Should Be. So that's my start point. And then I want to overlap that slightly with the music, just as it fades out. And then at the end, I kind of use zoom as a way of moving around. Till next time, bye bye. If anyone's watching. That can go, and then this needs to shuffle up to not quite overlap because I don't like it to be hard on it. I can record this too, couldn't I? Quick check that sounds okay. Hello and welcome to another episode of Software Should Be Free with myself, Tim Abell. Well, that wasn't bad. And the rollout at the end. Software should be free with myself, Tim Abell. Till next time, bye bye. Love the timing on that. And then I just run the compressor over it because that's just a bit nicer on the old headphones. Because people don't care about dynamic range, they just want to hear you clearly. I do want to add another show. So I'm getting about... Oh, what's my analytics looking like? Right, that's that done. Hello and welcome to another episode of Software Should Be. It's just a bit better levels. That music is from Music for Makers, and they issue free little clips for makers, which is cool. And I really like that one. It fits with my sort of theme. Alright, let's save that project as 18. Save and export to MP3. 18. It's not really a live stream. Coaching update. Grab that, I'll use that as the title. Save. I've pressed used as default lots of times and this is not paying any attention. Okay. Exporting. that's doing. Alright, this is my stats. Estimated 9 subscribers. Killing it. That's 9 more than they're currently watching this stream, so I don't know why I'm talking. Some good practice, isn't it? That's what I tell myself. I suppose someone might watch back at some point. Stuff. Export done. Quick check that it sounds okay. Hello and welcome to another episode of Software Should Be Free with myself, Tim Abell. It's been an interesting couple of weeks and I've just brought... You'll have to listen to the podcast if you missed it. So that I can now drag up here and then we're good. Slick. What time is it? 2 o'clock. And then I'll go make a cup of tea and look at some Sama, decide what to do. Oh. One hour 25 streaming, so yeah, I've been doing this for about an hour and a half, which is a bit on the long side, but hey. Publish. Do do do. Do do do. And there it is. On the internet. Hello and welcome to another episode of Software Should Be Free with myself, Tim Abell. It's been an interesting couple of weeks. So I should be able to see that on my phone now. If I flip back to the solo scene. Ooh, old transitions and everything. Ooh, fancy. Nice defaults. So I'm running Antenna Pod. And if I just go to episodes, and do a pull down refresh, tick 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 tick, somewhere in this list we should see tick tick, lots of startup things. Focus, camera, focus. No, oh there it is. There it is. Download that one. 19 and just shy of 20 minutes. That's not bad, is it? For a quick self-serving update. Downloading. 22 megabytes. Done. Back to the queue. Play. 1.25 speed.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Software Should Be Free with myself, Tim Abell. It's been an interesting couple of weeks.
That's it. Podcast. Recorded. Live streamed. Shipped. Edited. Done. All in under 2 hours. And I've learnt how to do screen shares with cool little windows. Thanks, Justin, for the idea. Much appreciate that. Ace. Right. If anyone's watching, thank you very much. So long.